Welcome to Today's Homeowner with Danny Lipford. Expert advice on improving your home. From remodeling contractor Danny Lipford and the home improvement pros from Today's Homeowner magazine.
Well, welcome to the show this week. You know, a lot of times when I'm talking with homeowners, they're maybe a little restless with their existing house and are thinking about buying a new home. So they go out and look at all these new homes and look at the many features that are available in the new home and realize that one of the things they really like is a nice master suite with a master bedroom, bathroom, and plenty of closet space. Well, the same thing happened with the owner of this home. She went out and looked at all the new houses that were on the market and realized all she needed was that master suite to really make her comfortable in her existing home. So she hired Dennis Chappell of Chappell Construction here in Cantonment, Florida, which is in the northwest part of Florida, right in the Panhandle, to construct just the type of master suite she wanted. We'll follow this project along right up to the completion, and along the way give you some great tips of things you need to consider if you're thinking about building a master suite. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back. Now, in addition to building the master suite onto this home, the homeowner also had the contractor enclose the existing porch to enlarge the existing living room, another real popular feature in a lot of the new homes that you see. Now, the original house was built 18 years ago at 1,300 square feet, very rustic in nature with rough-sawn cedar lap siding on the exterior. Also, one of the things that's fairly unique about this home is that it was built on wood pilings. Now, the contractor carried the pilings through to the new addition to keep that consistency through that. And actually, he really did a heck of a job because these are 8x8s that are treated and go down in the ground 5 feet. Now, he made it very easy in digging these large piling holes by renting a bobcat that has a large auger on the front of it. He drilled all of the holes so that he had some good uniform holes, and as I mentioned, went down over 5 feet and filled all of that with concrete, pulled strings to make sure the pilings were good and straight. Then he was ready to start a very important part of the support of this addition by notching out the actual pilings. You can see on this one that he actually cut in 3 inches to let your double ledger sit right on top of it. And of course, that's not enough. He came back and put in 2 large galvanized bolts with washers on both sides and nuts on the back side to really secure and hold this. Next was time to put in the ceiling joist, or the floor joist. Now, on the floor joist, he used 2x10, 16-inch on center, and then nailed them in real well. Has his band on the outside sitting on top of his band joist, so everything here is good and secure. But because we are in an area that's prone to hurricanes, extra codes require you to put extra support on these. What he's actually using here is a joist hanger, joist support that fits around it like this. Now, they'll be putting these on a little bit later, good rainy day project, and they'll be coming back with a special nail that's galvanized that is long enough to go into the wood securely, but not too long to where it'll stick out. So they'll be nailing all of these all the way around to really hold that down in case of any upheaval from any type of wind, such as a hurricane. These are a very important aspect of building in an area like this. Now, they framed up all of their walls, got all of their sheathing on the outside, and to save a little time, they're using a building technique that's become very popular over the last few years, the use of roof trusses to build the entire roof system.
You on your mark, Brian? Yeah. Let's nail it.
As I mentioned earlier, Dennis Chappell is the contractor on this project, and Dennis is right in the middle of taking care of a few of these roof trusses. Now, I've used these a lot on a lot of my projects, and it really does speed things up.
I'll tell you what, especially here in Northwest Florida, we get these late afternoon showers, so it really helps get the trusses up, get the decking on, and get it dried in before these rains come.
You know, I guess also another advantage that I've found with trusses, particularly with a situation like this where you have a 24-foot span, you're able to span all of it without relying on the center wall for any support.
That's right, and also what we would have to do in this particular job, we'd have to have a beam that went the whole length of the addition, which would raise the cost up, so it makes it more cost effective if you're doing this way also.
Okay, and I know she wanted that nice open feeling here with the bathroom here, bedroom here, and you have a closet in the corner. What will you do with some of these walls? Will you bring any of them up?
Well, in the closet area, we are going to build pony walls on those and bring them all the way up to the vaulted part, and the closet will stay closed off from the rest of the rooms. But here in the bathroom, the homeowner wanted an open feeling for both the rooms. So we're just going to build a little plant ledge here, and that'll give her a number of different decorating ideas that she can use it for.
That's a great idea. I can see the plants just cascading all around on both sides of the room. That should look real good. You know, another advantage in using trusses is you're able to go to the truss manufacturer and show them the plans, and their engineers will actually design exactly what you need and guarantee that the system will work. Now that really helps, and understand they actually give you a layout of exactly where everything goes.
That's right, and they also tell you how many pounds of uplift that you need on the end, especially here in this part of Florida for the hurricane requirements.
Okay, all right. Well, tell our viewers about the process here. You've ordered your trusses, you have them out on the job. Then what's the next step?
Well, next step is laying out the top plate, and these are on 2-foot centers, and then just lifting the trusses up here and setting them.
And then you have a board there as a support, a 1x4 that is kind of holding them in place. I guess you'll leave that there until you get all of your decking on.
That's right, and it's tied back to the house, so it gives all these trusses here a firm support so they won't fall over on us while we're setting them up.
Okay, all right. Well, I'll have to say it's plenty hot here, so I'm sure that's going to bring a few of those afternoon showers, so I'll let you get back to work, and stay with us as we progress along on this project.
Get ready to review your fix-it list as Danny and today's Homeowner Magazine repair and maintenance editor Joe Truini show you this week's simple solution. Brought to you by Dodge.
Refinished plywood paneling provides an easy, inexpensive way to refinish your room. Here, Danny and I are installing some 4x8 foot sheets of pine paneling.
Now, it's always a good idea anytime you're installing paneling to have a drywall backing. It really helps to keep the paneling nice and flat when you're installing it. But the problem can be, because of the color of the drywall, it can shine through if there's any shrinkage in the seams of the paneling.
And even if the paneling doesn't shrink at all, sometimes the drywall will show through because the seams just don't fit nice and tight. Here you'll notice the little white stripe is showing. If you don't take care of it now at this stage, after you're done, you can have little white stripes showing every 4 feet throughout the room. So to solve that problem, what we're going to do is, before you slide that out of the way, Danny, let me mark it. You just run your pencil along this seam, just to mark where it's going to be on the wall. Okay, move that out. And then you can just use a can of black spray paint to spray a stripe right down along where that seam is. You don't have to worry about being too neat about it. It's a little wobbly, but that'll hide any gaps. And then when you slide this over, if there's any shrinkage, the black paint will hide it. Now, the reason we use black paint and not brown, which is actually the color of the paneling, is if you notice the edge of the paneling actually is black, so it'll match it perfectly.
Well, another simple solution. Welcome back to the show. Now, it's been several weeks since we've been on this project. It's a master bedroom bathroom suite that's being built by Chapel Construction. Now, since we were here last, they've been able to complete all of the framing, the roofing, the shingles, most of the cedar siding that's being installed, windows, doors, electrical, plumbing, air conditioning, and heating. Now they're in the process of installing the drywall on the interior. Now, the homeowner, Lisa Long's out on the project today. Let's check in with Lisa and see if she's accomplishing what she set out to accomplish in building the addition. Well, Lisa, it starts getting exciting when the walls start going up.
Yes, it is very exciting at this point. I can really tell how this is going to turn out, and I just cannot wait till it's finished and I'm ready to move in.
Well, you know, the room's a good-sized room, good-sized bedroom, and I really like the design, how you've kind of put in these doors to get out to those big porches you have.
Right. When I decided to do the construction, I thought I really want this house to be able to take advantage of the great view that it has all the way around. So when I talked to my contractor about that, we decided on doing porches that go all the way around the bedroom, along with the door window and then the big window in the bathroom.
You know, one of the things that's nice about having a contractor that will share some of those good ideas from those years of experience, I understand this was a result of one of the ideas coming forward.
Yes, I had asked him, I told him that I wanted this part of the house to match the other part, and the fact that the ceilings were high. So when we talked about it, he suggested that I do the plant ledge. That way it's left open from the bathroom to the bedroom. So I'm thrilled with the way this is looking.
Okay, now what about the bathroom itself? I understand for the last few years you've been putting up with quite a small bathroom. This one is no small bathroom.
Well, my bathroom for the last 5 years has been tremendously small, about as wide as I am. So this bathroom is just, I feel like I'm the queen. Between the bathroom and the closet, I'm just so excited and I'm ready to go with this. Let me show you a few things in here.
All right, great. Well, I see you went with the whirlpool here in the corner of the bathroom.
Yes, and I'm very excited about the tub, and one of the things that we wanted to do is we wanted to have a lot of natural light, so we put the windows here and here, and then originally I had planned on putting a stained glass window in this area. However, my contractor suggested that we go ahead and put the window in and then frame up the stained glass window and hang it because of the energy efficiency.
Yeah, it's a lot better than having that stained glass right out in the elements anyway, so that should work out great. What about the finish around here? I assume some type of ceramic?
Yes, I picked out a beautiful tile that's going to go all the way around up on the wall and then over on this area and then into the shower. And what I'm really excited about is that this part of the tub is actually part of the shower, and it's a seated area. The glass will be right here, so this is actually part of the shower.
That'll be a great custom look, having all of that flow together. And now what about the floor?
And the floor will be the same.
Okay,
same
all right.
tile.
Now over here is going to be maybe a wood vanity, or you're going with a pedestal?
I'm actually going with a pedestal sink. I found one that I really liked. It's rather large. I'm going to have a mirror and 2 wall sconces, but because with a pedestal sink there is no storage area, what I've decided to do is in this area I found an antique dresser that we're going to use here, and then on the bottom part my contractor is going to build a shelving area that matches it.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
Nice little custom look there as well.
Right.
Okay, so talking about storage, you got plenty of storage in this nice closet.
Well, you know, every girl needs a very large closet is my thought. So when we decided to make the closet the size, I was very excited. We're going to do a lot of shelving in here, and it just is really going to allow for a lot of room. But one of the things I like that my contractor has done is he's come up with some simple ideas that are small but yet really make a difference, and one of them being this right here. It's a hinge switch, and so that when I open the door, if my hands are full of clothing or new things that I bought at the mall that I need to fill the closet with, the light will turn on automatically.
Great. Now, those are some of the things that, again, working with a contractor that's experienced in remodeling can really add a lot along the way as far as ideas without adding a lot to the budget.
Right.
Okay. Well, at least it looks great, and I really look forward to seeing it when it's completely finished, and we'll show you that in the next segment. Stay with us.
It's time to check out this week's best new product with Danny and today's Homeowner Magazine Editor-in-Chief, Paul Spring. Brought to you by the Home Depot.
You know, Danny, anytime you plant seeds, it's really a 3-step process. First, you have to get the seed down, but after that, you need a layer of mulch. What that does is protect the seeds and keep them moist, and then you have to have a fertilizer that makes those seeds begin to germinate quickly. We have a best new product that does just that. It's called Emerge Planting Mulch. Okay? Interesting product because it takes those last 2 steps and it combines them, makes it a lot easier.
Okay, it sounds too easy to be true there and saves that step. How does it do it?
Well, listen, let me put a little bit of the product in your hand and you'll see. This is a patented paper and polymer mulch that expands. And the actual process is once you get the seeds worked in, you spread this across the top and you wet it down. You want those seeds to be wet anyway, and this expands. It forms a little kind of a paper blanket on top of the seeds, and it keeps them moist, it keeps them protected, and it releases a fertilizer. That fertilizer germinates the seeds, makes them grow faster and healthier.
Now, does this work both for your lawn as well as, say, your vegetable garden?
Well, in fact, they make 2 products, one for the lawn, and the other one is for either vegetable or flower, either one.
Okay, all right, very expensive?
No, it's not actually. The Merge product runs about $8, be able to cover 100 square feet with it, which is pretty good for what it does.
Sounds like a great product. Well, Dennis, it looks like you're about to wrap this project up.
Yeah, I've just got a couple more spindles left here and a couple pieces of wood around the house, and we'll be finished with the outside.
Now, what are you going to do as far as all of this deck work? Are you planning on putting any kind of stain or any kind of clear coat on it?
Well, for right now, we're just going to let it set for a couple months and see how it weathers. We may go back with the clear coat, or she might decide to just go ahead with a stain, a darker stain.
Okay, all right, what about all the cedar that you installed? I know you installed quite a few boards here.
That's right, over 3,000 linear feet of it. And what we're going to do here, the homeowner really likes the color that this cedar is. But Danny, as you know, it'll never stay this color. So what we're going to do is probably just get a stain that will match it
Yeah,
and just put
I've
over
tried
it.
that a few times with homeowners that really like the color of the cedar and really didn't want to change it, so we found a stain that matches almost perfectly. It really works well.
Good.
Okay. What about the inside?
Hey, we're 100% done with that, and she's already moved in, matter of fact.
Hey, I want to take a look.
All right.
Well, I see she picked a pretty traditional color and one that's really very popular now with the taupe on the walls and the white trim.
Yeah, this is a real popular color because I think it's so neutral and it gives you a lot of different decorating ideas.
Well, it seems like she has some pretty good taste with selecting the ceiling fan and light combo like that. It's pretty classy looking.
Yeah, she did a real good job on that, and just goes with her furniture well and also ties in well with the fixtures in the bathroom.
Well, I guess she has most of her furniture in here and still plenty of room in this bedroom.
Oh yeah, there's plenty of room in here. She has a couple more items to move in, but she's just kind of waiting to see where she wants to place all those.
Now, are you getting into rearranging furniture for her?
Oh no, that's not my contract,
I
Danny.
don't blame you. Hey, I love the ceramic in the bathroom.
You know, Danny, remember the homeowner was originally going to go with the same ceramic on the floor and the tub, and she just decided that she would like something different to kind of break things up.
Well, you know, it contrasts a little bit, lighter color than the floor, but I really like the way you have the space around the tub, kind of a good decorating opportunities for her here, and also the pewter finish. I love that.
That pewter finish is just real popular nowadays, and it really looks great in this bathroom.
Well, the shower looks great over here too, and plenty of room, but what about your glass enclosure here?
Well, there's just a couple more decisions she needs to make, and one is glass style, and probably in the next week or two we'll have it installed.
Okay, I see the guy did a great job here, a little shampoo shelf. That's a heck of a lot better than putting something recessed in the wall.
Yeah, originally she wanted one that was recessed, but the towel installer suggested that, and I think it turned out great. Really looks good in here.
Yeah, I think so, and that's a lot less of a chance of leakage than you would have with the recessed one. And the detail here with the rounded corners here on the drywall is nice. That's much better than having that little rigid corner that you may have.
Yeah, this kind of softens everything up a little bit, makes it look nice.
And when you were talking about a pedestal sink, I didn't know you'd have one this large.
I'll tell you what, she picked out a nice one here. She just went around the different supply houses and she came across this one and had to have it.
Well, it looks great, and it kind of goes in with everything else here. Hey, it's a great looking job, Dennis. I appreciate you kind of hosting us on this particular show. And next, Around the Yard.
Now let's go outside for Around the Yard with Danny and lawn and garden expert Barbara Katz. Brought to you by Scott's Lawn Products for a great lawn, guaranteed.
One of the best things that you can do for the health of your trees is to mulch around the base of the trunk.
Now, Barbara, why not just let the grass just grow right up to the tree? Why mulch it?
Well, Danny, if you can imagine, you've got to keep mowing your grass, and you're probably going to use a weed whacker, and what's going to happen is you're going to get too close to the trunk of that tree and you're going to injure it. So what mulch also does is it protects it from all of that. It helps suppress the weeds, and it keeps some of the moisture in that soil for those top feeder roots.
Now, in this mulching, we've, of course, removed all of the grass from around the tree, and then we put down this finer pine bark mulch, but is this the best to use?
Well, you know, this is one that I particularly like because I like the way it looks, but there's a lot of different types of mulch available in different parts of the country. There's pine bark nuggets, there's cypress, shredded cypress mulch, and a lot of other products. And I really think that you got to use what's available, and it doesn't matter. It's really what you like the best.
Now, what about a rule of thumb as far as how thick to put it down? I see we're putting this down about 2 to 3 inches. Is that about the right depth for it?
Well, if I had anything to tell the people out there, it would be that it is critical to put 2 to 3 inches of mulch down and not more, because what you can end up doing is suffocating the roots of the tree. And what you really want to do is just feed them and protect them.
Now, what about over the years as it deteriorates and really starts looking bad? Do you just simply add more?
Well, you can add more mulch maybe once or twice a year, but the main thing is just don't go over that 2 to 3 inch rule.
Well, I'll have to admit, it does make the tree look a lot nicer. Well, another successful remodeling project. Now, this was a situation where the homeowner and the contractor worked together well. The contractor contributed some great ideas to the project, and the homeowner had some definite ideas of her own. Now, when you're in a position of choosing a contractor to work on your home, make sure you take your time, check the references thoroughly, and make sure you choose a contractor you can communicate well with. It's very important throughout the whole process. I'm Danny Lipford, and we'll see you next week here on Today's Homeowner.